Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel, and it is Saturday, which means it is Star Trek Day. And unfortunately, I figured I would just start so that I wouldn't be too late. We are waiting for our other panelists to trickle in, but I figured I would start and basically say hi to everybody and say, sorry I've been MIA for a week. Monday it was Logan was sick and Alex was Alex or no, sorry, Logan was sick on Monday, and then Tuesday I got sick again. So Wednesday I couldn't talk. I could barely talk, and then Friday was just the same. So I do apologize for being MIA for a whole week.
There's your pills. Wait, did
One just fell on the floor.
Of course it did.
Actually, no, they both just fell on the floor.
No, one's on the keyboard. Ugh. Keep talking.
Sorry, I just went to the doctor today, got confirmed that it is most likely a viral thing.
On your keyboard.
I need, where's my, there it is. Do I have liquid? Yes, I do. Oh, here's a bong. Somebody has just shown up.
Is that how old is that bottle? How old is that?
The water in it is from last night. Who is here?
Oh.
Jad Vash. Gee, I wonder who that could be.
Exactly. You hear me?
I can.
Oh, good. Like, no fucking audio problems tonight.
No.
Yay.
Yes. As soon as I saw Jad Vash, I'm like, well, that could only be one person.
Yeah.
And while we're waiting for Dax and Polly, whose episodes we're covering today, and hopefully Dax checks his Discord, because RIP his Twitter. I have no idea what the
Dude,
fuck
what
happened.
the fuck? How did he get yeeted, man?
We don't know, but Pincalo has a screenshot that says suspended. Account suspended.
Oh. Well, must have got cheeky.
Yeah.
With the wrong snowflake.
Mm-hmm. So,
Man.
yeah, it's but the episodes that we will be discussing when Dax and Polly get here are Random Thought, which was Dax's third choice. We only did 2 of his 3. And Polly's remaining 2, because he only did 1 last time. His remaining 2 are Night and Prophecy. One is from season 5, one's from season 7.
Yeah, are we going to take those chronologically?
Yeah, we're going to do Random Thought first, and then we're going to do Night, and then Prophecy. So yeah, Dax, if you're in chat or listening, check your Discord.
Are we live?
We are.
Holy smokes. I'm glad I didn't say something I shouldn't have said.
Well, I didn't want to start too late, and I was just catching people up on why I hadn't streamed in a week. So
yeah, I was trying to get off the phone with my dad. It was like, yeah, it would be anyway. Oh my God, please stop, please, Dad. I gotta go. I love you. Bye. Boom. So
yeah,
I didn't hang up on him from my side. So that might be a way of saying I might have.
So while we're waiting for Dax and Polly, do you want to talk about the 2 more episodes of Picard that we watched without them? Or no, we watched Dax. We watched the second one with Dax.
Yeah, we watched the second one with Dax. And yeah, usually forgets to log me out of YouTube. So a lot of times I have like YouTube on the TV, and I'm doing like 2 things. I got on, like I got my Chromebook, and then I've got my main, my PC here, and so I can be a busy bee. And sometimes Uzi will log me out and forget to log me out. So that's marriage shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it could be worse.
That's okay. Pincalo sent there was once he put out a tweet from the PlayStation trying to share a screenshot, but he was on my account. And so my Twitter tweeted it out, and I'm like, I didn't tweet that. What the And then I hear from downstairs, shit, sorry.
Man.
So it happens.
So you wanted to start talking about, like, I guess, episode 2?
Yeah, so
Maps and Legends.
Yeah.
Which is oddly enough the titles of an REM song, which is about this old man who I think it's about people getting him wrong.
Mm.
Right. And I'll go in that personally with you because I met that old man that the song's about.
Yeah.
Anyway, Maps and Legends. So
where we have an admiral, a 24th century Starfleet admiral who actually says fuck.
Dude.
That was weird. That threw me right out of the universe, honestly. It was like,
well, even before that, it opens up with the with the Founders Day,
the synths that are no longer called androids.
Right. First contact day, everybody on Mars has got it off except for these bunch and these synths, and then all of a sudden this one synth goes crazy and starts blowing holes and through the visual effects on that shit is excellent.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, like, it shows the whole beam going through people now and shit instead of
just. Does anyone? Are you bothered by the way the phasers sound?
I really hadn't focused on that, but
because that really throws me off because they sound the same as disruptors.
Maybe they're, that may be an oversight right there.
Because the cool thing about Trek in the old days was that different weapons had different noises.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, because there's different technology.
Yeah.
Which, makes
feels
sense.
Lazy to me, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just shove the disruptor noise in there for the phaser noise. No one will notice. Just like that whole based on the Next Generation, that makes me so mad.
Yeah.
It's not based on the Next Generation. If it were based on the Next Generation, they wouldn't be trying to pass Dodge and Soji off as Data's kids.
Man, that's kind of a headache. All right, so the show opens with Picard at the Chateau Picard. Mm-hmm. His vineyards with Laris and Zabin or something. Yeah, it sounds kind of like Nick Saban, so I can remember it that way. Footage at Starfleet headquarters showing blast and injured Picard and killed Daja Asha. All right, and all right. So she starts talking about this, that it's not the Tal Shiar, even though it feels like it. She thinks it's something deeper. Yeah.
It's an even more Tal Shiar.
Yes, exactly. It's the Star Chamber version of Tal Shiar. The people behind the people behind the people. It's kind of like a circle jerk. Anyway, so yeah, they're called the Zhat Vash or the Zhat Vash. They're spelling it on the memory alpha page as ZHATVASH.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the way I spelled it better, but whatever. And so two of the people that are staying at his house and kind of, I guess, are like butler and cleaning / cooking, lady, they're both former Tal Shiar.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. Really.
And why does the Romulan the chick who plays the Romulan
the Irish
is very not Romulan. She's very Irish. She's
no doubt.
There ain't no Romulan about that chick. She's an Irish human playing a Romulan. It's Like the way she yells at Picard, it's like that. Like because Romulans are not like maybe because we are made to think that Romulans are evil. Maybe we don't see the caring side of them. I don't know.
Well,
But I just don't see Romulans being motherly. Do you?
no, with their own children, perhaps they're kind of like a chow. You know what I mean? Because chows don't play well with other dogs.
Any of them, not even parents.
That's true.
All of them were shown to be savage and militant and authoritarian parents.
That's true.
Look at when
You're thinking of the Cardassians if you're gonna think of Chain of Command.
No, I'm thinking of when Worf found is that what I'm thinking of?
The Birthright episode where he finds the Klingon Romulan.
Yeah, that whole thing.
The genome.
Yeah.
It was the same kind of thing, authoritative at the family.
Yeah, like even when you see them on Romulus in older series, everybody's very correct. Everybody's very. They always, they're Jolon true all the time to each other, and like very. I hate to say it because it would piss off a Romulan, but very Vulcan.
Well, and there's also I think there's a Romanesque kind. It's like the Romans and the Soviet Union meshed together, right? With all the secrecy and stuff, and that whole formality between each other is very, very stoic, very Russian. I mean,
Dax says you didn't send him the DM on Discord.
Oh, shite! I'll do it. I got it.
Irate's gonna do it.
I got it, man. I don't know what I wasn't thinking. I was on the phone with my dad. That's what I was thinking.
Kardashians, not to be confused with the Cardassians. Yes. Although they could represent the Cardassians.
They're a bunch of hoes.
Hello, Duck Dog. Hello, Wikipedia Snippet. Hello, Straight Sith Male. Hello, Unholy Reaper.
Grilling Pirate Pete.
Pirate Pete.
Every time I see his name, I want to go, arg.
I know, right?
Krilla, my man. Gulf City Cult of Krill.
Mm-hmm.
I salute you. Wikipedia Snippet as usual. My allegiances lie with the chat.
Well, it looks like Dax will be here, and we can talk about his episode long enough for Polly to show up. We love you, Polly, but you definitely run on Polly standard time. All right. I am standing by waiting for Dax to pop up.
So you're saying that Polly runs on PT?
We're just missing badgers, says Wikipedia.
Oh, speaking of badgers, how about Neelix nailing that? Anyway, we're not there yet.
Oh yeah, that's a funny scene.
He's like the space pimp.
Even Tom is like, damn.
He's like a hornball hedgehog. And I mean, he really gets, if you think about it, during the whole series, he kind of gets action on a regular basis. Like,
although the way he got dumped by Kess, like, even though she was possessed by that Tyrion guy, like, she kind of dumped him pretty hard.
I don't know, man. When it came to Tess,
God,
Cass, it was like that with me. I don't know. I didn't like her, and I was glad to see her go. I definitely loved, when 709 joined the crew. I think the whole show kind of like adjusted and became something else. I don't know. What do you think?
I liked 7 better than Kess. Even the only episode I liked Kess. Oh, excuse me. The only episode I liked Kess in was the Warlord episode where she wasn't even Kess. Do you know what I mean? Where she was
possessed. Yeah.
Where she was possessed. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a good episode.
That was a good episode, but Kess as Kess is just really annoying. I find anyway. Neelix was always driving Tuvok crazy. It was hilarious. Yeah. He just loved Jerry Ryan's rack. Me too, of course. Hello, Dax. I'm paused in Twitter jail. There he is. Hello, Twitter jail.
Hi.
What did you do?
I don't know. They usually don't stop me from reading my DMs, so this is a different sort of color here.
It was really weird. We were you were in the group, and then a second after I sent a message to the group, it was like there are now me and 3 other people instead of 4, and I'm like,
I know. I was like, I thought I was tripping too, man.
I don't think I had anything that bad. I mean, I think I called like a protected account a coward because they tried to get somebody who they asked an opinion question to. They tried to get them in trouble and fired. So I think I called him a coward.
oh no.
Yeah, so I think that's where I'm at right
Terrible
now.
man.
I know, right? I'm an asshole for calling him an asshat.
That doesn't compute, does it?
No.
Well, since all we have to do is wait for Polly now, shall we talk about random thought?
I love random thoughts.
Don't we all?
You know what? To be honest with you, that this may be my favorite episode of the whole series.
What, random thought?
Yeah, I love the idea behind it.
Well, it does
Me too.
bring up some very interesting concepts. And just to quickly summarize, they find a world populated by telepathic people. And they have basically outlawed negative or angry thoughts.
That's how they keep order,
Yeah.
right? And their society's built upon that order.
Yeah. And the whole episode is centered around an investigation that takes place because at the very start, there's a murder committed on this planet, and it happens just after the crew of Voyager beams down to do some trade. And we come to find out that B'Elanna gets bumped into or pushed a little bit. And she has, a pretty normal thought. Right? Oh, you idiot, watch where you're going, right? And apparently they're trying, they are, saying that B'Elanna's thought caused somebody to just go crazy and stab somebody to death.
Right, because they're so telepathically, empathetic that that feeling, that anger would be so alien to them that it would be that it's an overwhelming thing, which is not really the case.
Yeah.
But the chick cop thing reminds me of Odo.
Yes.
I don't know. Dax, did you get that vibe off of that character?
Kind of felt like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Very
it.
obsessed with order. Very not quite understanding things that don't compute in her brain like that, and that's very much Odo. He likes order, and if something happens that he wouldn't do, he's like, I don't get it. He's very and I find that the investigator in this episode is quite like that as well. And Tuvok is obviously fascinated with their legal system, being chief of security on board the ship and being a Vulcan. And at first, did you get the feeling that he was kind of falling for her at the beginning? Even though he was married and all that, did you get the sense that he was like, I found someone that, values logic and order, and he was quite taken with her, I find.
Kindred spirits, to say the least.
Yeah. And Wikipedia snippets talking about something that happens later on in the episode. So they start Voyager is trying to work with these people to help with the investigation. But then comes this engrammatic purge, which they say B'Elanna needs to undergo as
and
punishment.
make a nod to Scientology on that one.
Mm-hmm.
The engrams. That was I think either somebody was mocking Scientology or actually may have been a Scientologist on the writing team. I don't know.
Yeah.
Engrammatic purge is excellent.
Engrammatic purge, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, exactly, because
like if you think about that, like one wrong move, especially in a species that you've never met before, you're gonna go mucking around in their brain. Like,
yeah,
that's scary shit.
They should have sent the doc.
Well, they tried. I think they wanted. I think Doc was asking to review the data on the stuff on the purge, and they were like, no, it's fine. Trust us. And Janeway's just, I think Janeway was a good captain in this episode because she was trying to respect these people, but she was also like, you're not going to erase my crewman's memory. I'm sorry.
Well, it's not even that they're erasing the memory, it's that it has a possibility of also causing neurological damage.
Right. And
because it's as simple as a memory wipe, that's no big deal. I'm sure she'd even be like, okay, fine, whatever, keeps the peace. It's like it never happened, no big deal. Not a huge thing. Even B'Elanna probably would be like, all right, we need the resonator coil, no big freaking deal.
Yeah.
Just do it. But it's that extra risk that stops them from doing it.
Yeah.
That's why I think they should have sent the doctor. This is what I meant. Sent the doctor to handle the trades because, hey, no telepathy on somebody who doesn't technically have a brain.
Yeah, that's true. They could have done that. Although he probably would have just my mobile emitter, blah blah blah.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I think it unfolds as as kind of a genuine kind of a chain of events. So it gets to a point of where Tuvok mind melds with B'Elanna.
Mm-hmm.
To find out, because he's there's the picture's not quite complete. He feels he's going based on instinct, on his gut, right? Which is something Vulcans usually never do.
That's what I like about Tuvok.
He can articulate that gut stuff, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's the key, is articulation.
Yeah.
Because it is a part of your brain.
We discover that this was an actual planned thing that she was bumped into on purpose,
right?
To cause her to think an angry or violent thought.
Yeah, she was targeted for the very reason alone.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we discover that they have a black market on this planet.
I think it's cool.
And it's not drugs that this black market has. It is violent thoughts.
It's not porno either. Exactly.
Yeah, it's violent thought. And Wikipedia snippet mentioned earlier in chat that Tuvok goes undercover, so to speak.
Yeah.
And
can I get me some ass kicking? You got any of that good ass kicking on you, man?
Yeah. And it was really it was kind of fun at the end of where you see where the guy's like, I can take it, right? When they were doing the mind meld, because Tuvok, melds with him. Yeah. And he goes, really? Can you? He just releases. But no, actually, no, he accesses it. He accesses the dark thoughts, and Tuvok is genuinely freaked out. in the first, because there's 2 mind melds that he does, I believe.
Right.
But the first meld, Frayne, the guy who's dealing in violent thought, basically accesses, like, breaks through Tuvok's control, like meditative and emotional control, and accesses the thoughts that all Vulcans basically have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really very interesting, the reaction you get from Frayne. It's almost a sexual one,
Okay.
if you think about it. Like, the excitement he has.
Yeah. That's the thrill of it. They're getting their jollies out somehow.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, and it's the violence that's the thing. You can call it a paraphilia, which technically is exactly what it is, because you've paired something external to your own personal sexuality.
Yeah.
Right, and you can't get off without it. It becomes part of your sexual ritual, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I found that was
it was cool.
I found that was very interesting. And we've got and they actually start the purge with B'Elanna. And Pinkala says, "Mine is vagina. I can't get off without it."
No shit.
Wow.
Oh, Pinkalo.
Don't get off without it.
So they interrupt the engrammatic purge and bring this information to I think her name is Namira.
Yeah, the cop. And she even has an Odo-like reaction. Like, no, this would never happen on my planet.
Yeah, not on my planet.
Exactly. Not while I'm running shit.
Yeah.
And he convinces her finally.
Thankfully.
Yeah. I'm trying to read in the synopsis.
But you've got like, you get her, like, she finally comes around and he even says, you can't, basically saying, you can't blame Voyager for this, because this was going on way before we got here, and unless you do something, it's gonna go on way after we leave. They just took advantage of the fact that we are here. And I'm sorry that I've basically burst your bubble, but now you have to deal with it. And she was genuinely very upset. Like, I think the actress that played her did a very good job. Because when she gets told about this, she's, she has a genuine anger reaction, which, if you were the chief investigator of a planet with a system like this that you were very proud of, that would be your reaction when you get told, listen, there's a black market of the very thing that you outlawed going on right under your nose, and you can't blame us for it, because that would have been the easy way, right? It would have been, oh, they're just off-worlders.
Yeah, it was interesting because Janeway was definitely trying to stick by the Prime Directive. In the whole process, there was a respect, but yet her approach was very very firm.
Yeah.
And so they it was 2 strong females actually, if you think about it.
But those didn't exist before 2016. Don't you know that?
Well, not the right kind. They're both white.
Not the right kind of.
They're white. Come on.
They're white. Yes,
No.
they're white and straight.
Maybe straight. We're not sure about the Lemurian or whatever. Millennium.
Numeri, is it? I believe that's what they're called.
Yeah.
The
maybe.
Numerian homeworld, I think, is
Mari, whatever.
Mari. Oh,
That was
Mari.
the Maury. Yeah, I was thinking
Maury.
Nymeria from fucking
Numeri is a
Game of
different
Thrones.
Voyager species. No, there is a Numeri.
Okay.
They run into a lot of species that sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because by then they were running out of names. Honestly, I think. By Voyager, they were like, okay, what alien name haven't we come up with?
You just take you take your random consonant, you take a random vowel, put them together, right? See what it looks like, and then maybe as take and leave, just like Jad Vash.
Yes. Duck Dog is asking if you're eating chips, Dax.
They're not chips. They're fake fries.
What's the difference between chips and fake fries?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Well,
I'm sorry.
shall we talk about Polly's episodes without Polly?
I knew this would happen.
So did I.
You can hear my chips anyway. I'm going to eat some more, damn it. All right, done.
Oh my goodness. So why did you pick this episode, Jax? What made you pick this episode?
I like the concept that these people had thought themselves so beyond primal basic instincts of their own people, when it's obviously not the case, and that they're so willing to ignore the problem and blame it on something else, when really it's them the whole time who's causing the issue, and would go to just about any lengths to make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think it's a fascinating idea of them policing thought.
Yes. Like quite literally. Policing thought and taking the bad thoughts right out of your freaking brain. Like if you have a bad thought and then you go to your purge. That's crazy.
I tried to do that back in the 80s, but it was called drugs.
Mescaline is not the answer. I really like the concept, especially in today's climate. You like when you talk about thought policing and all that, it's a concept that lasts well. Uh-oh, kids are upset.
I hear that.
They sound like they got hurt. Oh well, I think Pincalo's got it. Let's see, what does Wikipedia... Oh, sounds like a planet of SJWs. All the bad thoughts are yours and must be called out. Yes.
Yes. Can't be me. It's got to be you. That's funny.
Hello, Data Wasteland. Nice to have you here.
Data Wasteland.
So Polly picked Night from Season 5, Episode 1, and Prophecy, Season 7, Episode 14. And Night is a good I like Night. It's
really good.
It is really good. It's almost like it's how Trek has episodes that are almost like movies. It's like that. It's a 45-minute movie. And basically Voyager is in this expanse that there are literally no stars. They're just traveling through the
void.
Big void. And it's been months. And everybody is kind of they're feeling it. Janeway's locked herself in her cabin. Harry and Paris are arguing with the doctor over holodeck privileges. I love that scene.
It's like, yeah, everybody's kind of getting like, you know, edgy and shit. And,
Yeah.
It's just a lot of, you know, I'm imagining you going through nothing. It's like, what the fuck?
I really enjoy the scene at the beginning. They're playing Captain Proton. Henry and Tom.
Yeah,
And
man,
then
that's right.
Doc just comes in and like stops everything. And Paris and him are pushing buttons on the console.
I love that game,
Cause
man.
an overload on the hologrid and Chakotay
Captain
is
Proton, man.
Yeah.
That's some great shit. There's those old serials like Radio Man.
Yeah.
And they use the same footage.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 different things. It was really, and they used all the footage that came from all these old serials, right?
Yeah.
Did a great job of that. It was always puts a smile on my face because it's funny as shit to see.
Exactly. Wikipedia snippet. Voyager gets cabin fever. Exactly.
Exactly.
It is, yeah.
Exactly, man. There's nowhere to beam.
Nowhere to beam. Nothing fun to look out outside the window. And you know, it's Tom and B'Elanna are fighting. Neelix is oh my god, poor Neelix. He's we find out he is afraid of nothing.
Literally.
And Doc is so very kind to him about it.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you know, when I deactivate, I go into cybernetic oblivion. That's the you think nothing. You think your nothingness is bad. You know?
That's right. Yeah, I'm Schrodinger's doctor.
Yeah, pretty much. I am, and I'm not. And then we find Voyager is playing host unknowingly to these creatures that live in this void, and they are being basically poisoned by the Malon. Good old Malon.
Yeah.
Because the Malon have decided that this expanse of nothingness is a great dumping place for their theta radiation, which is a huge product of basically all of the industry on their homeworld, Malon Prime.
Yeah, the only spacecraft we've encountered from them are these fucking scowls that are hauling this highly radioactive material, and it's got this weird smoke coming out of the sides of it.
Yeah,
and it looks like a basically a dumpster that's been welded, you know, together a couple of times.
Yeah.
The ships are really kind of
Gorilla Pirate Pete. It could be considered a bottle episode.
Russianish. So I always go back to, you know, Russian tank design and shit like that. With
Yeah.
that idea. It's kind of cool.
So, when they discover these creatures who are very obviously sensitive to light, they're these poor creatures are basically saturated with theta radiation poisoning. And Voyager even tries, the B'Elanna and Chakotay try to show the Malon freighter captain how to cleanly use, like, how basically their fuel system, their antimatter, like deuterium, like dilithium, you know, the way that they convert dilithium and all of that, how clean it is. And they basically say, no, we're not interested. It'll
put us out of business. I can't make any money if you do that.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and then they tell Janeway, we want the creature. Because they sabotage our freighters, and we want it. We want it so we can basically kill it. And Janeway obviously goes, no, you know, right? And the rest of the the rest of the rest of the episode is them basically fighting over the life forms. And it's I honestly I just blanked on how the episode ends.
It's so they go through this whole back and forth, and it's like, oh hey, this we're gonna fix your shite, but they're like, no. So they end up thinking, okay, well, we need to stop them from hurting these guys anymore, so let's blow up this vortex thing.
Right. They blow up the vortex that leads them out.
Yeah, it would lead them out, save them, 2 years of a trip. And they're all like, well, we don't actually blame you, Jane, because she's going to sacrifice herself and essentially strand herself out there and get them through it and blow it up from their side. But then the crew is like, no, we have a better idea. We're going to launch these torpedoes, modified, of course, because, they're always modified. And we're going to coast that shockwave and push ourselves through it. And then it'll close on the opposite side, and we won't have to worry about it. They don't have a place to dump their stuff anymore, and these little creatures get to live.
And I love that scene where Janeway's like, I'm gonna go and do this, and everybody's just like, no. And she's like, what are you talking about?
And she's been feeling guilty. Like, her whole spiel this whole episode was, God, I put us all here. This is my fault. Why did I do this? All my choices were bad.
Yeah,
it's been a little self-pity.
Yeah, it was a self-pity episode for Janeway.
Yeah.
But to be fair, if you were in that position, you'd probably have one of those days too.
Yeah. Like, if you were stuck in that expanse.
And you're responsible for that many people.
Yeah. I could understand her feeling that way.
Yeah,
and
that's why I'm not mad.
Chakotay even tries to pull her out of it, right?
Right.
And she's like, Captain's prerogative. Right? Basically, I have a right.
I'm allowed to be angry at myself. Piss off.
Yeah, I'm allowed to be. Yeah. So I really find this episode. It's a good standalone episode. It's. Grill and Pirate Pete says, could it be considered a bottle episode? I think it could.
Absolutely, yeah. It doesn't have any connection other than a shaved 2 years. Yeah. They could have easily just said, hey, we found something else that did that too. It's not a big deal.
But don't worry, all that guilt will be gone in the next episode. Grill and Pirate Pete.
I think that's one part of Star Trek that they do miss out on, is they do reference prior events, but they do it so infrequently that you don't think that they've actually necessarily grown from it. The character's written like they learned something, but they don't ever reference it ever again.
Yeah. Unless it's convenient.
Unless it's convenient, yes.
It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. It's so
pretty
true.
Much.
And then since Paulie's not here to talk about why he picked it, what did you guys like about it?
I do like that it does show that even though it's a bad situation and it's going to make it worse for her, she's sticking to her guns and be like, no, we're not going to let you take this thing, kill it, and do whatever you want to it because you're pissed off that they're screwing with you and you're screwing with them. No, the hell with you.
You screwed with them first. They're trying to protect themselves.
Right.
And you know what? Fuck you. I'm not doing it. Go away. I love it. That's why I like this episode. If I had to make a choice in my top 20, this is probably in the bottom half of the 10, but still up there.
Yeah. I'd agree with you on that one. What about you, Irate?
Yeah, this is a good episode. It's, I think the kind of the bottle episode aspect of it, it's like looking at it as, just as a unit. I think it does kind of fit that picture to me because it kind of has a clear beginning and a clear end, and it's it encapsulates this whole this whole deal with the Malon dude.
I wish that the Malon had been more of a threat.
Yeah,
they're kind of just junkers in space. What was Voyager really worried about?
Yeah.
Like, that could have been an interesting storyline.
They could have kept having them come back. What's to say that they also didn't live on the other side of the vortex?
Yeah.
Right.
They could have been the next
Well,
real enemy.
They ran into them after that. Then that's why they built the Delta Flyer.
Well, I mean, they could have
Yeah.
been the enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could have.
They're a
think
good
that was
catalyst
a-
for some interesting things, like you said, the Delta Flyer for one. But
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes they get it wrong.
Grillin' Pirate Pizzas reminds me of a little kid. I'm gonna go tell Mom that you hit me back. Yeah, pretty much. And then Polly's last choice was Prophecy, and this is from season 7, episode 14. And this centers around Voyager discovering a group of Klingons
Oh.
that is in the Delta Quadrant.
Full disclosure: I've never seen this episode.
Oh no?
No,
Okay.
I haven't gotten to that point.
So this
Spoil it though. I'm
is-
gonna watch everything anyway.
This is they are basically, they believe that they're in search for the reincarnation of Kalis.
Aren't they always?
Yes. But they believe that B'Elanna's unborn child, because she's pregnant at this point, is the reincarnation of Kalis.
How would
Well,
that even work though? I mean, it's Tom's kid.
Well, it's a TOS class starship.
Yes.
You know, it's the old school Klingon from the
Oh.
original series. It's a D7.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Do they still look like the old Klingons?
No, not like the TOS Klingons. They
Damn
look
it.
like the movie Klingons, right? Which became the Klingons for the series
Right.
for
Damn
next
it! Damn
generation.
it! Damn it!
That would have been cool if they
But we don't talk about that time.
yes. We don't speak of it.
I don't understand it, man. It's just, it's like when you think of the beauty of it and the richness of the tapestry of the whole series and shit, and this whole fucking, and it's all about money, man. We it's like Midnight's Edge is really, really my favorite thing to watch when it comes to the bullshit actually behind this incredible franchise, because it's literally been like shit through 7 different things, and the new stuff is definitely showing it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about
How many generations
my little
are on
rage
that-
tangent there.
How many generations are on that ship? I think they were asleep for a while.
Well, no, he said it was they had been living, right, and it was 4 generations.
Oh, that's right, 4.
It was 4 generations. And they live longer.
Yeah, they do.
Than humans.
So we have the leader of the Klingons trying to convince B'Elanna that they believe, or that her child is the reincarnation of Kalis. And we have a Klingon, just a random Klingon that is like, her father is human. She can't be the reincarnation of Kalis because humans are weak. So Tom, in one of the best scenes ever, and I'm glad B'Elanna recognized what Tom was doing, and didn't pull her usual shtick. Tom's like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna fight you," right? And B'Elanna's like, "Tom, stop! Tom, don't!" Right? And Tom's like, "Stay out of this, B'Elanna." And it's the first time you see him do that. But the thing is, and it's really well written because she doesn't say a thing. Right?
Yep.
Because if she does say something, then they're going to be like, and they already say this line, and oh, what does your woman fight for you? Right? So when he tells her, "Stay out of this, B'Elanna," normally she would have been like, "Excuse me," right? But they had her just kind of shut up for a minute, which I thought was really, really smart. And Tom ends up actually fighting this guy. and he gets stupid lucky because the Klingon basically has, I guess, the Klingon equivalent of a heart attack. It's called the Naret. Basically old age.
I call it plot armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like AZ2 for the the current times, the zeitgeist, as it were.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so he basically says, you know, you should have killed me. I don't want to die of old age, right? Stuff like that. Oh no. Logan is sad. Very sad. That's not normal. Tom fold the backpack forward B.
Awesome.
That's funny. That's very funny. But there's a really cool scene in this episode, and it's really well done, and I really like it because it does show B'Elanna's Klingon side. She starts reading from the scrolls of Kahless.
Yeah,
And
she starts praying
they did
prayers
the prayer
her
for
grandmother.
the dead. The prayer for the dead.
Her grandma taught her.
Yeah, with the leader.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out who the dude was that played him because I loved his voice and I can't.
It's still weird though because this thing's only a quarter Klingon for a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the one drop rule there, I guess.
The 1/20,000th or whatever it is, like Elizabeth.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that what I really like is, Irene, can you help me fill in the chunks at the end here, because I didn't get to finish the episode before the stream started, and it's been a while since I've watched.
And I've never seen it.
I can't quite remember. I know at the end she starts like they say, okay, maybe she's not really the reincarnation of Kahless, but
Aww.
And they go on their way, right, to keep searching. But Tom and B'Elanna have this really neat moment at the end where B'Elanna's like, maybe it's not such a bad thing that I teach her about Klingon heritage. Like the meeting with these Klingons kind of shows B'Elanna that not everything about Klingons is horrible, and she starts to embrace the Klingon in her, and it's kind of weird. Like there are some parallels to that where, maybe you grew up in a certain culture that you absolutely hated, until you become a parent, and you start to understand why your parents instilled some of the cultural and religious beliefs that they did in you. I think that's what B'Elanna was going through in that, and it was really cool to see. There's a scene in the middle where she's recounting some of the battles that Voyager did, and she's hamming it up. It's hilarious. To hear Roxanne Dawson trying to be Klingon, it's just because B'Elanna spends so much time trying not to be human, or not to be Klingon.
I mean, it also helps that she's got straight teeth.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's so funny to hear her just, and then we came up against the Borg and we fought to the death. It was just so funny just to hear B'Elanna just, it was great. And then
Well,
And
yeah,
then the
well,
one Klingon goes, "Did you have any hand-to-hand combat?" And she's like, "Well, no."
So the entire Klingon crew gets beamed over to Voyager's shuttle bay because when they found out about B'Elanna, the dude, his name is Kolar, just went ahead and set the self-destruct sequence on the thing, so they would have to, so it forced their hand on that. And I thought that was funny as shit. It's like, well. And then of course they wrap it up real like, we found a planet, we dumped them off, that kind of thing.
Got me thinking of the episode where she was split into two, human and Klingon. That's a good episode.
That was one of them that I would choose within my top 10.
Faces is a great episode.
And she's still directing shit today, man. I was really impressed by her resume.
It's funny. Most Star Trek cast members end up being fantastic directors.
Yeah,
they really do. It's
Frakes and Burton alone have some really good episodes.
Yes, they do. Frakes especially. He's got some really good, like The Mind's Eye. Holy Christ, was that a good episode? Or Generations, even. That was his, right? He directed Generations.
So
yeah.
That's not as terrible a movie as people give it credit for, by the way. I just want to be the first one to say that out loud. I did not hate Generations. Y'all can suck it.
I don't know why people hate it so much.
I hated Kirk's death, but not because it was Kirk that died. Just I thought it was a stupid death. Other than that, it was.
That's the one with Malcolm McDowell in it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He's always awesome. So I don't know what the problem is.
That's a good movie.
Malcolm,
you got Shatner.
Did he play the Cardassian in Chain of Command as well?
No,
that's the dude who was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too.
Okay.
Yeah,
he was
David Warner.
Awesome. David Warner. Okay.
David Warner, man. Yeah, he was
amazing.
Fuck yeah.
They got some really good guys to be the best villains. That is why we're gonna do a villains thing soon.
We are. We totally are,
yeah.
And it's gonna be amazing. There's so many things about Star Trek you could talk about.
I want to do a series on Garak.
I think we should do a 5-part miniseries.
I think so too. And the freaking crazy thing is, Garak could be both a villain and a freaking.
That's why we were discussing when we were like thinking who would be good villains. I'm like, well, you could kind of put Garak on that list. And we're all like, yeah.
Well, and the espionage aspect is what's really appealing to me in the Picard series, right? I think a lot of the other stuff there, it's kind of. I know we're kind of waving back and forth, and I apologize for that, but I think that's the emphasis on the spycraft is a smart play. I think on that part because it's always been a part of an intriguing part of the later Star Trek franchise. I thought.
See, Picard is so frustrating because it has it has people that are writing for it that obviously know their Trek. And then they completely go, fuck that shit. And write some crap that makes no sense. And then they put based on TNG in the credits. It's like.
Well, here's the thing. None of the characters outside of Picard feel like Star Trek characters.
No. Like this Raffi chick. Who the fuck is she? And
tell us how you really feel.
And there's this
more cop drama.
And in episode 3, because Rate and I watched episode.
Oh, you watched it without me? You guys suck.
We can watch it again.
Yeah, man.
I have Mondays and Tuesdays off. You have to wait.
Okay.
All right. That's the deal. Next time we'll wait. And this Monday I'll hook up with you, dude, and we'll watch it together.
But
cool.
This won't spoil anything. But to hear her shit on Picard for his privilege, it's like.
Wait, that was a thing?
Oh yeah.
well,
this show.
It wasn't specifically
No, but it
verbalized
was
that way.
It was
but
totally
yeah,
meant.
it's there though.
You sit there in your
It's-
chateau
Yes.
with your carved beams and your heirloom furniture. It's like,
Whoa.
wow.
I
I'm
don't know.
fuck
so
you.
angry right now. Maybe I don't want to watch the episode. Fucking bastards.
Dude. And then there's the guy that runs the ship that they find, and he's got apparently has these two holograms that look just like him,
Mm-hmm.
and one's like helps him maintain the vessel, and the
And
other
he's
one's
an
a doctor,
Irishman.
of course. Yeah, he's Irish. What the fuck, right? Because the other guy's English. I guess that's how you can tell them apart. I don't know.
That's really lame writing, but I kind of like it.
Man, it's like I love the emergency medical hologram thing. I thought it was a nice nod, and I think they're gonna use it as a device, though.
Yeah.
Kind of a comic relief kind of thing. And it's like, oh, come on, y'all, work a little, it's something.
Grillin' Pirate Pete has a good point. He says, could it be that they wrote something good and they said, the studio came in and said, sorry, too close to Paramount stuff, change it or they'll sue.
Well, Pete, I think you're onto something there. What I think it is that the writing team hands it in to the supervisory team, who are corporate, right? And they say, well, we loved it, but we can't have this, and this, which is probably the meat of the whole, the ultimate meaning of the whole fucking thing. Right?
Why even attempt to do it at all if they're not allowed to make it like it should be?
Right, but what I'm saying is they're getting some shit underneath the censor saying we're here. This is against our will. Just little nods here and there,
I kind of get that feeling. I guess maybe that was what was
Easter
bothering me about that second episode. Remember, I didn't have a whole lot to say.
No,
It's because I didn't feel like it felt like anything.
Yeah, and in retrospect, it's like connective tissue, except it establishes the relationship between the Romulan guy played by Harry Treadway. I can never remember Narek and the chick and his sister, right? Yeah, the chick. I can't
Really,
remember.
they're not important enough to have names. I don't remember or care.
I don't remember her name either, dude.
I remember more one-off character names from like DS9 than I have any idea what's going on in Picard.
In the third one, Hugh makes an appearance. Which I think
you're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be
like
pissed. You're gonna be mad when you see Hugh. I was like, what the fuck is he doing here? How did he get there? Why is he there?
Exactly.
I have little bottles of alcohol that came with my big box of Irish cream. I think I might have to down some of them soon.
Oh my god, Shiograth, he goes, I just fired my Star Trek replica weapon at a policeman. He seemed unfazed by it.
Go in the corner right now. Mostly because I could have, I should have come up with that first.
Oh, Shia, that's hilarious.
Man.
You
guys are making me...
Call to Krill goes, Hugh! Ah! Yeah, exactly.
I'm so sad. I'm angry and sad. Why are they doing this? I understand money, but come on. You could have wrote a new book section and we would have been happy.
Yeah.
They get a lot more freedoms. Okay, as long as you don't step on certain toes, you're okay.
Exactly.
We're in the era of we're going to take everything that you loved and cherished as a young person, and we're going to just shit all over it, and make.
But we're going to give you the theme music for the old stuff, so that'll make you happy, right?
so you'll reminisce.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it is. Frustrating as fuck. That's the way I end after every episode. I'm frustrated.
Yeah,
man. Because I'm seeing flashes of cool, and then it's just and then the rest of it is just, oh no. I don't know, man.
I don't know why they're doing this. I hate it.
I mean, is it too much to ask for consistency?
Yes. Yes, it is.
How dare you?
Because that requires effort.
Integrity, consistency, all of these things are bad words.
You know, they used to have continuity people. You know,
Yeah.
that was their job, to make sure that everything was, you know, there's a set continuity, and then, you know, there's I guess the editor would be, you know, in charge of that. I don't know.
Whoever they are, they're doing a horrible job.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. It's sad. It's really sad to see this thing I love molested like this.
They want me to care, but I can't care when they're doing this.
So, my friends, we've come to the end of our stream, and Skeptalk said he would go next week, and he gave me his picks, and they are let's see,
I can't check them. I'm in Twitter jail.
where are they? There we go. The picks are I'm getting there. Lineage from season 7 episode 12. Latent
Okay.
image. Ooh, latent image. Ooh. That's a
think
heavy one.
I think she's having a moment, guys.
That's a heavy one. And for some comic relief, The Bride of Chaotica. Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay, that's gonna be a fun one. So Lineage and Latent Image, they're both kind of heavier ones. So The Bride of Chaotica will be some.
We love us some drama.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just spill that tea.
So those are Skep's picks, and he will be able to join us next week. So we will be doing that. It's the Blind and the Special tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern, because I'm actually able to talk now. Yay.
She says,
And-
yay.
She's back.
Irate. Who do you have tomorrow? Sora?
The one and only Sora Luna, the lovely Sora Luna,
Looking forward to that.
the vivacious Sora Luna. Yes, yeah, we're gonna ball. I hope.
I think you will.
Yeah. Me and Dax had fun.
Yeah, it was good.
That was a good interview.
Good cutting up, just hanging out, and cutting up together. Mm-hmm.
Me admitting to be a child theft.
That was a really good interview.
That's right, man. That's classic.
Well, and I may do. I'm really trying to figure out times to stick in another gaming stream because I really want to play in again, and I've got couple of my blind MK player friends that want to play with me too. So I'm gonna figure out where to squeeze that one into sometime.
Well, man, I looked at the price right now is like $59.99 for the MK11.
It's actually up. Well, in Canadian dollars, it was 80 something.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
I didn't realize it was that expensive. So I've got to figure out a way to I can, I guess, drain a little bit on the from the PayPal. You know,
may actually, if you hook up,
we'll probably have to get out of bank too.
if you buy it from the PlayStation Store,
Yeah,
like you don't have to buy the disc,
right.
right? If you buy it from the PlayStation Store, you can hook your PayPal to the fucking PlayStation Network,
Mm-hmm.
and you can pay for your games that way.
So all I got to do is just move a little money into my. Okay,
Yeah.
I can do that.
You may, I don't know, but you may also be able to pay for your PlayStation Network with your PayPal, but I don't know.
That was offered too. I did get the Pac-Man game.
Ooh, fun.
That was fun. Yeah, man, I didn't realize the little thing will jiggle and shit. The little hand controller. It was like, wow, dude, this is crazy.
Oh, you got your controller has the rumble pack in it?
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
it was crazy. It was, yeah.
Well, my friends, I am going to end and go hang out with my family. And I hope everyone had fun watching. I thank you to Dax and Irate for hanging out with me as usual. And we'll all see each other next Saturday for more Star Trek.
Woo!
So have a great rest of your evening, guys, and thanks for watching.
Yay. Thanks, chat. See you later.
Bye,
Let everybody.
And there's Pink Hollow.